Greetings, this is Antonio Wicks, and I want to tell you a story that I know is going to help you. And this story is centered around not bringing the trauma of the past into your current season. I received a phone call today, and to paraphrase it, the conversation went like this. Hey, Tony, if something happened and you came to me and said, I no longer want to do business, I want to cut all business ties, there will be no love lost. We would still be friends. I'd care about you just the same. Now, this person shared these words with me because we were working on a project where I was responsible for making contact with an individual. I made contact with that individual, but about 30 days had passed and we had not been in touch. Well, one of my colleagues actually spoke with this person and they said, hey, yeah, Antonio mentioned the same project to me. And what blew me away was, and I apologize for pausing, but my colleague actually came to me and said, hey, Antonio, I spoke with this person. They said that they'd spoken with you. I'm setting an appointment for the three of us to get together. Now, I didn't even really pay attention to the end of his conversation with me. I immediately went into trauma mode. And before I knew it, I sent off a text message and I said, hey, just to be clear, will all three of us be at that meeting? And he said, yes, all three of us will be at that meeting. And the person kind of sensed where I was coming from, and he responded and said, hey, listen, it's a new day. You see, sometimes there are situations that may have occurred in the past where you were traumatized because there was betrayal, there was disloyalty, and you may have closed that chapter in your life. And God may have opened a brand new chapter for you where it's a healthy environment. There's no toxicity. There's transparency. There is trust and loyalty. But if a situation arises just because of the previous experiences you've had, you and I may still have a traumatic response. But what we have to remember is that we're in a new day, in a new season, in a new venture, and in a new relationship. But if we are not mindful, we can allow trauma from the past season to come into a brand new healthy season, and the fruit of the current healthy season will begin to wither and spoil. So it is very important that we recognize trauma responses and that we deal with them. What happened in the previous season has nothing to do with the previous individuals. Remember, in our content, we do not focus on what others did or didn't do that was inappropriate or incorrect. Why? Because we cannot change other people. We can only change ourselves. So the emphasis has to remain on how we respond when situations start to take a turn for the negative. That is important because if we don't do a self-assessment, if we don't look in the mirror, and if we don't point the finger back at us, then what we're doing, whether we realize it or not, is we are embracing victimhood. And the danger with victimhood is that it depends on being rescued by someone else. And my mentor taught me a very important principle as I close. Please understand that when you are in crisis, more often than not, nobody's coming. And the reason that nobody is coming is because God has equipped you with everything that you need to rescue yourself. So remember, do not bring the trauma of last season into this season. Hope you got something. Leave something in the comments and have a great day. God bless.